from the tech side, right?
Hmm.
What kind of expectations you have from a PM? Like there would be a technical round for product managers.
Yeah.
What exactly you're trying to understand in that particular round? What do you think about the product management role? Do you even see the need of them in the organization?
Yes, I do. And I was fortunate enough to work with very good product managers in my life. So I have a very deep respect because see, this is a role which is often misunderstood. But a good product manager is a mixture of everything. They have business sense, they have design sense, they have tech sense, they have everything. But they are the layer which absorb business pressure, absorb tech pressure, and still get the value out of it. So, for example, business may say that I want this feature to be done. Uh, there's a product manager who says, no, this should not be done, not at this point in time. And if that layer is not there, engineering will a lot of time depends on individual excellence. For example, there might be a very good EM who is willing to take those calls and who is willing to work closely with business to solve it. But it's not a norm. I mean, like they have enough things to do.
Correct.
So this is one role which understand the priority, who define, who can actually sense, like with very abstract requirement, very tech backward simplification understanding, very design backward or like very basic design. They can visualize what my end product will look like. So it's an important role, and this is I think will become more and more important because now. With the AI and all, I think because a lot of simplification is already available at your disposal.
Correct.
So you have to go very, very deep to understand users. So I think it's a very well and very misunderstood but very important role
Got
in
it.
any organization.
Okay. And is there any change in their workflow, the PM's workflow, because of this Gen AI related stuff coming into picture? Have you seen any changes there?
I mean, part of PRD is sometimes is kind of
GPT written.
GPT written, but see, I think the core of their problem is to understand consumer need, and there's no formula for it. We don't know what my Dynode user needs, my Instamart user needs. We don't know. I mean, we have an informed guess, we have informed understanding of our user. With all the data, what is available, nobody can precisely say that I know 100% of my users.
Correct.
So that's the ambiguity they have to play with it. They find an opportunity, they have to simulate in their head how it will look like to my user, how the product will look like to my suppliers, my, let's say, delivery partner, my restaurant partners, and how, and should I build it now? Like, that's a very difficult question.
Correct.
Then they have to explain this to all of the stakeholders why this is important. So that's how they'll get the buy-in. So yeah, I mean, their job, maybe written job may automate, but thinking cannot be automated.
Okay. What's your definition of a great product manager?
So there are two part I explicitly see in good product managers and good designers as well. One is like, in a entire scope of the problem, they can identify the core of the problem very distinctly,
Okay.
and they don't compromise on that. Secondly, they have a flexible understanding of the non-core problem of the overall problem, and they can, it's kind of a puzzle which can be filled with different pieces. They are willing to trade different pieces, but but the core of the problem, they are very strongly opinionated. So the person who can do the balance of both is the best product manager in my head. Let's say this ticket booking scenario in Swiggy scenes. There could be n different ways of discovering an event in Swiggy scenes. There could be n different widgets are possible, but ticketing experience is something which is the core of the problem. Now there, or the variation of ticket which is going to be sourced, which we can support, is the core of the problem. Now uh, there will be a time where engineering will overboard on simplification and overuse and say, okay, I will not support X type of tickets in the platform.
Okay.
And at that moment, the product manager need to be very, very strongly opinionated. No, this will deframe or defame my, or like distort my vision of the product.
Okay.
They should be very strongly willed and should basically have clear disagreement. But on the non-core problem where the flexibility is celebrated, they should have an open understanding, should listen to it. Like what maybe design says, okay, this is a very complex design, let's try out with a simpler one.
Okay.
Let's see the information architecture, maybe some other design which is already there can be reused here, which can save a lot of bandwidth. And there we should have, I mean, the product manager should have a very open understanding.
Okay.
So I think the person who can balance between these two is the rock star in my head.
Interesting. Okay, very interesting perspective here. And from the tech side, right? What kind of expectations you have from a PM? Let's say as an EM or as a like a manager, their manager, when you're working with them, what would be your expectation on the tech side of things from them?
See, I have, as I said, I have mostly the PMs I have worked with, uh, they over time developed a very good understanding of tech systems. So they
Okay.
uh, understand the nuances about tech design and the pieces where tech is taking time. So a lot of time, uh, I have found I had very good experience around that. So I found PMs to understanding that. In general, the place where engineering struggle with product is the ambiguity part, like how product manager is providing clarity to the tech team.
Okay.
Now on that, I have two line of thoughts. One is like, I think this is the place where boundaries may get blurred over time, and the places like Swiggy, which has a engineering history, uh, there will be certain solution which can, which maybe engineers will have better insight than a product manager. So it
Yeah.
becomes more collaborative. So I think over time, like collaboration becomes more and more important for product managers with a little bit more nuanced understanding of engineering. I think then it becomes a balance.
Okay.
So
Got it. And if you are taking the, like usually there is, I'm not sure if it's the case at Swiggy, but I'm assuming that there would be a technical round for product managers
Yeah, we do.
for sure, right? What exactly you're trying to understand in that particular round, and or what kind of questions you would typically ask?
So, in my so usually, as I said, like I don't have a set questions or anything. I usually see what that person has done on, find out or like make some technical problem around that, and just have a casual discussion, like
Okay.
how you think, how you think your engineering counterpart has solved, how you have helped engineering to find extensible solution, what things you have thought of. For example, if you are part of, let's say, a platform team, what all let's say extensibility angle you have thought about this platform, how the platform can be extended and can be reused for other use cases. So again, case by case basis, the previous work done, I try to frame the problem around that and have one specific engineering discussion. Largely I limit my discussion to identifying uh, building blocks.
Okay.
I just limit my discussion at that point in time.